Welcome to the Peak Performance and Peak Satisfaction podcast with Master Executive Coach Sherry Gregoff. Sherry helps business people perform better, get rewarded handsomely, and actually enjoy their work. After having her own career turnaround, she now helps other high-powered business professionals experience the same. Join the movement to work differently.
Welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you here. If you have ever been searching for your next job and feel like things just aren't going according to plan, then this episode is for you. You may be following all the right tactics and taking lots of action, but still repelling potential employers and setting yourself up for failure. Learn what to stop doing and what to do instead for more success in your job search. You won't hear this anywhere else. Before we jump in, I want to shout out one of my clients who had a win in this area. Here's the quote from him. Sherry helped me see that applying to multiple roles that could be contenders isn't a bad thing to be avoided. I'm getting my reps in all the way to the offer phase and learning how to keep improving my pitch. Even those that don't work out are not a waste of time. This client recognized that he had a front-runner opportunity in progress and was easing off applying to other roles. In our coaching, he noticed that when we have such a specific vision for that next role, we can count ourselves out of things that we might love because we aren't open to exploring other opportunities. We can inadvertently and subconsciously sabotage these other roles. This client recognized that there might be a hesitation to turn down a role that offered certainty in favor of taking the stretch role that really appealed to him. We uncovered that he trusted himself to turn down the wrong role and to be able to handle the discomfort of saying no to a role that would offer that certainty. We discussed that there is no need to limit the search or pause because of a good lead. Instead, continuing to put his best foot forward would serve him best. The perspective that other roles are second tier is really just an untested theory. Continuing interviews for all available opportunities helps us probe and test that theory for accuracy. We are just in the market, shopping for what role we may like the most. We are planting seeds to then interview and better understand each role that comes in so that we can choose the best fit. Multiple options are helpful, not confusing or wasteful. He continued maximizing his opportunities in his job search. Similar victories are shared by all of my clients, and I have experienced it too in my own career turnaround. So let's hop to today's podcast content and get you on your way to experiencing this also. I speak to lots of business professionals who are searching for their next opportunity. They may be frustrated in their current situation or have been signaled that layoffs are looming and they are at risk, or they've already been let go and are out of work. For successful business people, the prospect of not immediately finding a good fit in a new role can be alarming and shake our self-confidence to the core. Have no fear. Today, we are unpacking all the factors that can stack against you, how to recognize them, and what to do instead. AI will tell you all the tactics for this day and age, down to the sites and apps to use, the keywords to insert into your resume, and even conduct mock interviews with you. But there is more to this story that you won't find in your research. If your mindset is left to run amok, these prescribed actions will not result in the outcomes you seek. Let's dive right into the guidance that you won't hear anywhere else. When seeking a new job opportunity, we are selling our value add to the organization in question. We don't often look at a job search this way, but it is the most accurate. Let's double click here. Number 1, we aren't sold ourselves. If we aren't sold on our value proposition to an organization, they will for sure not be sold either. This may sound like common sense, but we often roll up to interviews thinking it's a long shot, or a stretch, or not exactly what we've done before. This uncertain energy will color every word we say and every vibe the people we meet take note of. Even if they aren't marking down in their notes, the vibe was off. They will subconsciously even be drawn to other candidates that have a certainty about the value they provide and how to articulate it. Before you apply or interview for a role, mine your brain for all the ways that you would add value to that business and get specific. Don't stop until you are sold on your own value proposition. If you aren't the journaling type, it's not really an option here. This is table stakes. Selling yourself to you first. Make your pitch and don't stop until you would hire you. Number 2, success equals self-worth. Now, when I use the word sell, I realize this can bring up all kinds of weirdness for us. One example is that we think we have to sell ourselves. We tie our outcomes in our job search to our value as a person. That obviously can be unhealthy and counterproductive to your job search. So be sure to remember that you aren't selling you as a person. You are selling the specific value that you can add to that business. This helps us take things less personally. We are presenting a set of skills and experiences wrapped up in our style that may or may not be the right fit for this particular role. It's not that we are doomed or lack potential or did something wrong. The more time you spend lamenting what your job status or this job search is making you believe about yourself or your self-worth, the worse you will feel and the less successful your job search will be. Number 3, under duress. Using the word sell can sometimes be substituted for convince or manipulate. Let's not do that in our job search either. As soon as we slip into trying to convince others that we are the best person for the job, we apply a pressure to the situation, a desperation from our side that can be an immediate red flag, even if totally subconscious. It's a little like dating. No one wants to feel spooked at how needy the other party seems, especially when just getting to know each other. Recall the sufficiency that was the foundation for executive presence back in episode 39. Not needing anything from anyone to be okay. This is a magnetic energy rather than a repellent. Sending submit on every application or sitting down to every interview with a dark cloud of sustaining your livelihood or surviving hanging over you will not allow you to present yourself in the best light. Counteract it by getting your ducks in a row. What would your plan B, C, and D be if your job search takes longer than you thought? And how would you get what you need in every scenario? This lifts the cloud of desperation that might lead you to convince when connecting with future colleagues. Number 4, hard to get. Sometimes we go too far in the other direction in this job search, being like dating. I've spoken to business people who say that their LinkedIn profile is up to date, but they're disappointed that no recruiters have reached out. We tend to temper our efforts here, but it's a losing strategy. Not actually applying for jobs is a great way to never be disappointed by a rejection letter. It's also not so effective in landing your next opportunity. Any salesperson will tell you that getting no's is just part of the process. It's actually a sign that you're doing something right because it means you are making offers. No offers means no sales. No applications means no new jobs. Yes, a recruiter can find you, but why would you ever leave your future to chance without putting your best foot forward and offering your services to a business that you want to work for? Fear. I get it, but gulp and do it anyway. Let's say you swiped right on your dream job and applied. Don't take your foot off the gas on your search, holding out for that dream job. It may turn out that upon meeting, the role wasn't what you had hoped, and you would have been better served to continue your search in earnest. Number 5, rage applying. Have a bad day at the office and wake up an hour earlier the next day to rage apply to every business that is recruiting humans? Or maybe you did that for the next 365 days. Either way, this indiscriminate mass-scale applying, while maybe cursing your current employer under your breath, just isn't a recipe for success. It's like the universe detects the rage and doesn't deem you worthy of a new role if you can't figure out how to get on in your existing one. This is another reason why I always say that we want to run towards a role, not from a situation. There is a scent that can follow us if we are still worked up about our last role not working out or how it ended. I think it smells like a warning to potential employers that this candidate has baggage that hasn't been dealt with, and we don't want them bringing it here. Tame the rage and watch your applications be received more openly. Number 6, window shopping. I get requests to make connections or refer individuals to roles. This is a great strategy because it helps to talk to real people rather than AI bots screening resumes. However, I find that it often occurs as window shopping, just setting up a coffee chat, but not actually applying. Talking to someone who may not be related to the hiring role at all can be informational and show initiative, but without actually applying, it's just window shopping. Unless you go inside the store and make an offer, you will be going home empty-handed. When someone contacts me about a business or a role, my first question is whether they have applied, and if so, to what job. An application shows commitment and gives me something to work with beyond the window shopping. It also indicates that you are committed enough to make the effort to find the role that matches your skills and do the work of applying. Number 7, over-screening. Job seekers may also over-screen on the opportunities they are willing to apply to. If you are asking whether a posted position has already been filled or has an ace-in-the-hole candidate already lined up to take it, you are limiting your opportunities in a way that is just unnecessary. Let's say I post a role to go through the motions, but I have my person who I'm excited to have take the role. If a candidate comes in and blows my candidate out of the water, you can bet that I will be changing my tune and finding a place for that great talent. In an effort to conserve energy or save face, we stop ourselves or try to find every opportunity to stop ourselves from applying. This can seem prudent in the moment to save our time or feelings, but it's a barrier we put up ourselves. We can stop telling ourselves the story that they probably already have an ideal candidate locked down. Number 8, defensive interviewing. If there are aspects of your resume that give you pause, and you walk into interviews thinking, I hope they don't press me about that gap on my resume, it's likely it will come up and you may not handle it in the most constructive way. If it's an open wound or a sore spot, while honesty is always best, it's never advisable to badmouth a former employer, boss, or situation as one that got the best of you. Words like toxic, hate, or conflict can become red flags for a potential employer. If you speak ill of a former role or colleague, they will presume that they will be next. It's far classier and constructive to explain the facts of the situation, including external factors. 9/11 happened. It was the financial crisis. There were firm-wide layoffs. Or internal factors. I wanted to keep growing and sought more opportunity to do so. I decided to make a career change and pursue a new function, or whatever descriptor remains unemotional and sticking to the facts. Number 9, defeated attitude. We can talk ourselves out of a role before interviewing, applying, or hearing back. Thoughts such as, they aren't looking for someone like me, with my profile, my experience, my age, my ethnicity, my gender, etc. They will see that I won't be an exact fit. Times are hard right now. They probably aren't even actually hiring. I hope they don't make me an offer because I really don't like that location. We say these things like it's the news. I promise when this is on repeat, you won't show up your best in your resume, online, in coffee chats, in interviews, and everywhere you go. We tend to describe landing amazing job opportunities as being tapped on the shoulder for it, as though a fairy godmother showed up, like it was a fluke, when really we create every opportunity as the product of what we are putting out into the world everywhere we go, from that networking event to the grocery store. Which means if we are putting out defeated energy, it's more likely that dream opportunity will remain out of reach. Number 10, blinders. Sometimes we can be so focused on LinkedIn and the most admired companies that we forget to apply to the well-respected company down the street. Cast a wide net when considering what your ideal next role would be. Consider where you have experience, but also offshoots of that too. Suppliers, clients, and corollary businesses could be non-obvious positions seeking your very skills. Ask yourself what opportunities might be a natural fit that you could be completely overlooking. Number 11, entitlement. We may think it shouldn't be this hard for a successful business person like me to find work. This is one simple statement, it should be easier for me, that can make us go through this job search process like a fight at every step. If it's a fight, we will resist it and avoid it. It's what convinces us to spend less time working the job search. It talks us out of offering our services to businesses who are looking for help. It's what keeps us focused inwardly and backwards in time, rather than curiously and creatively looking out around us to discern opportunities. Number 12, spinning out. We may spend more time ruminating or dwelling on the negative, whether it's our prior work experience, number of rejection letters, the number of no's received overall, the stress of our family members who anticipate additional financial strain, and the very outcome we want not having happened yet, and that there's little time left to actually create that outcome. Whenever our attention is on the missed target, the rejected application, the length of the job search exceeding expectations, the peers securing impressive roles, we are distracted from our true mission. Instead, refocus on celebrating accomplishments. Number of applications and interviews are to be celebrated as evidence of making offers to serve businesses, not an embarrassing stat of how many haven't worked out. When I say it this way, it's clear how we might talk ourselves out of continuing the job search in earnest. If every unsuccessful application is seen as a failure, why would we want to do it again? If instead, every unsuccessful application is seen as getting in our reps with specific value extracted from it, then we are ready to go again. We have fresh optimism because we are consistently improving with the new information we have, the refined story, the perfected interview, and in this process, we are becoming a bigger and stronger identity, clarifying our value proposition and our commitment to that vision of us in a role that is a great fit every single day. These 12 habits are nothing to be ashamed of. They tackle the best of us. It is so valuable to be aware of them, to be on to yourself, and ready to upgrade these habits with more constructive ones. We are all on this road together, and we all encounter similar challenges. Now that we know the things that can take us off track, every day is a new day to begin again and adjust course, adjust strategy, and mindset. We covered 12 habits to drop stat, but now for the fun part. Let's talk about the habits to build that attract the roles you want, the future employers, and all the people in between that can connect you to the role that is out there just waiting for you to find. Number 1, work your job search like a 9-to-5. If you are currently out of work, it may be tempting to carve out just a couple hours a day to advance your search. Imagine if you sat at a desk like you did at a job and put equal effort into a job search. Whoa. If you are in a role currently as you search for your next job, imagine if you consistently carved out time for your job search. Consistency wins here, and we often underestimate the work involved to find the right match in our next opportunity. We underestimate the number of applications, networking chats, hours spent researching companies. Don't let it catch you off guard. Make finding the job your job. Hold yourself to that level of expectation. It will feel easier than if it was a side hobby or an activity you picked up when you felt like it or when you had motivation strike. Number 2, we start with the end in mind. We actively manage our mindset during the job search by visualizing the end goal. We imagine being in a role that challenges us at just the right level so that we are engaged and learning, but also feeling capable to meet that next level challenge. We experience ourselves in that flow state where time and space slip away as we're using our skills and applying our experience. We have purpose. We feel that we're making an impact, and we feel fulfilled. We feel rewarded and recognized in a way that keeps us highly motivated. Stepping into this end state and imagining it being ours calms our stress response so that we can do the work of the job search from a calm and compelled state, rather than a flustered and discouraged state. Every action we take and every conversation we have from this place will be that much more fruitful. Number 3, meet people. With so much online, a job search can feel isolating. Get outside of your house, meet people, get curious about them, be open to spotting creative opportunities for collaboration. Be honest about what you are looking for next and what you have to offer. You just never know who's looking for exactly what you can provide, or the 6 degrees of separation between you, such that the next opportunity could be one conversation away. Number 4, we are the strongest energy in the room. We know who we are and the value we bring. We know that once we start a role, our proven track record will continue, and we will be an asset to any organization. We know that what we put our mind to, we make happen. So we own every room that we walk into. We are curious about others, and they are curious about us. Number 5, we know that no one sells our value add better than we do. So we look forward to meeting people, telling our story of our career, and articulating how we can be of help to that person and business. We actively listen to what that person shares because every bit of information will help us tailor our message to connect how we can serve their business well and make our skills and experience highly relevant. We love doing this, and every time we do, we further develop this skill. Number 6, we have a high intent to connect and add value with a low attachment to the outcome. We put our best foot forward. We prepare in learning about the business. We are ready to tell our story of who we are and how we can help. We're curious and inquisitive to learn more about whether the opportunity is a good fit for us too. And then we release the reins on the outcome. If it's not a fit, not a match, we don't take it personal. We don't need this exact opportunity to be a fit. We let it go with no drama or attachment. We trust that this happened for a reason and that a better role is out there for us. So we get after finding it right away. Has this ever happened to you when purchasing a home? You envision the changes you might make to a place. You envision your things there, living there, and then boom, it's gone. Your offer is rejected. It can feel strange to quickly shift gears, but really, it's what's best. You tried it on for size, but it wasn't meant to be, so we let it go. Number 7, we learn from every application process. After each interview, we evaluate what worked well, what didn't work well, and what we will do differently next time. This ensures that no learning is wasted and that we extract value from every effort. It helps us tease out our best theories on how we turned opportunities into interviews. It helps us lean into what we're doing well and iterate where we think we could do better in subsequent communications with the business and in interviews. There's your 7 habits and skills to spend time on after freeing up all the time spent on those 12 habits that we started with. If you could use support in making this shift, let's talk. Book time on my calendar today and let's refine your job search approach. You've got this. Until next time.
Looking for support in applying the principles and strategies in today's episode? Sherry coaches clients one-on-one as their trusted confidant and advisor, helping each client create the work and life they had only dreamed of. To schedule your complimentary career strategy session, go to sherrygregoff.com/apply to book time with her today. It's one simple step that can change everything.